Hey friends, Daniellecheche here. It's almost Halloween, so I'm a vampire this time. We're back with financial advice you can count on. That's better. We should talk about how much you should invest and where. I talk about diversifying a lot. It doesn't mean that you have a lot of investments. It means that you have a lot of different types of investments because they all serve different purposes. Stocks help your portfolio grow. Bonds bring in income. Real estate provides a hedge against inflation and also has a low correlation to the stock market. So if it takes a dip, your real estate probably won't. International investments means holding securities from foreign countries, which can enhance returns and reduce risks. And cash, which provides safety and stability for you and your portfolio. Great, so you have your paycheck. How much did you spend on investments and how much did you spend in your daily life? Elizabeth Warren popularized the 50-30-20 rule, which means you spend 50% of your income on needs, 30% on wants, and 20% on savings and debt repayment. So what constitutes a need? Rent, mortgage payment, basic utilities, insurance, car payments, etc. Basically anything you need to live your life and work. What else is a need? Oh, hitting the like and subscribe button is definitely a need. Wants are nights out, travel, entertainment, etc. You get it. This is where you can have some flexibility. Want to save a little extra for something special? This category is where you'll do it. Finally, savings and debt repayment. Basically what it sounds like. You save and you repay your debts. If you want to invest, probably take that from wants rather than savings. So the ratio between stocks and bonds has a correlation to conservative versus aggressive portfolios. Generally, if you're younger, you'll have a more aggressive portfolio with more stocks and less bonds, but as you get older, you'll want to reallocate those funds on a sliding scale to a more conservative portfolio with more bonds and less stocks. Apparently, there's an old rule of thumb that says you should subtract your age from 100, take the difference and put that percentage into stocks and put the remainder into bonds. However, with people living longer, financial advisors recommend you start with 110 or 120. Although I'm no Count Dracula, but that wouldn't equal 100%. Whatever. So as I said, this isn't something you just set and forget. You'll have to rebalance your portfolio over time. Some people do it quarterly, some people do it yearly, some people do it when there's a 5% change. It's up to you. Vanguard actually has done a study that showed that there wasn't really a meaningful difference in risk-adjusted returns when rebalanced quarterly, monthly, or yearly when you take transaction fees into account. Money market or treasury bills will have the lowest risk but also the lowest returns, while equity will have the highest risk, with small caps having the absolute highest, but there's also the highest possibility for returns. Let's talk about conservative portfolios, aggressive portfolios, and everything in between. Conservative portfolios are also called capital preservation portfolios because their job is to preserve your money or your capital. You would put most of your money into fixed income or money market securities, which is represented by green here, and it's about 60 to 65%. Represented by blue is cash or similar, which is 5 to 10%, and represented by red would be safe securities like blue chip companies or index funds. Moderately conservative portfolios also preserve your capital, but they take a few risks to compensate for inflation. A common strategy for this risk level is called current income, and it's when you see assets like coupons, dividends, and interest payments that pay above average distributions. So since we're still on the safe side, we'll probably be at about 55 to 60% in fixed income securities and 35 to 40% in equities, with 5 to 10% still in cash. The next one is moderately aggressive, and it's often called balanced because it's balanced between growth and income with a 60-40 split between stocks and bonds. So we would keep 5 to 7% in cash, up the equities to 50 to 55%, and drop the fixed income securities to 35 to 40%. So it's basically the opposite of the moderately conservative approach. Okay, let's get aggressive. These are mainly equities, so the value can fluctuate from day to day. It's called the capital growth strategy because it's for long-term capital growth. You'll have about 60 to 65% in equities, 20 to 25% in fixed income securities, and still 5 to 10% in cash. Warning, this is about to become very aggressive. So the value on this one is going to vary widely as the market does. Your goal here is strong capital growth, but if you're going to go with this one, be careful because it's really risky. You'd put about 80 to 100% in equities. So if anything's left over, you'll put the rest in fixed income securities and cash. Pretty risky, right? Okay, just for funsies, I took this risk tolerance quiz on the Motley Fool's website, which I'll link in the description. It told me that my personal recommendations were to put 0% in money market accounts, 25% in fixed income distributed between domestic and international, with 15% in domestic fixed income and 10% in international fixed 75% in equity distributed by 15% in large cap growth, 10% in large cap value, 20% in small to mid caps, and 30% in international equity. So heck it, I'm gonna give it a try and I'll let you know how it goes. Just choose the strategy that's best for you based on your age and your financial goals. Well, that's all. Don't forget to drink your water and take your vitamins. Love you. Bye.